Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome ladies and gentlemen as the battle for Bharat heats up and we are coming up to the final two phases. We thought let's also then travel to the east and we are in the lovely bustling city steeped in history, the city of Kolkata, on board the Ganges Queen, on the Hooghly or on the Ma Ganga itself, and with a bunch of citizens who are all celebrated, huge achievers by their own rights in their own field, but then who all carry a little bit of Bengal and a lot of Kolkata with them. So let's say it like that. Abhijit Majumdar, good friend, colleague and also senior journalist with us here. Namaste. Thank you very, very much. We have Amrita Basu, educationist, founder, trustee of Bengal Thinks. This, Dr. Saptarishi Basu, renowned cardiologist, Woodlands Hospital. Namaste. Thank you very, very much. There is another claim to fame for Dr. Basu, but we'll talk about that later. And Dipta Shajash, author with us, and Srimay Kundu, author with us. Thank you very, very much. First up, we are on board the Ganges Queen in the middle. It's a lovely river cruise. A lot of them have done. Have you guys done this cruise before? Have you done this trip?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So I'm told there is memory, history on both the left and right between the two iconic bridges, the old one and the new one. So what's your favorite piece that you'd like to share with our viewers? Right at the top. Let's talk Kolkata.
Anand, I can already see some changes here. I don't think that name there, Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port, would have been there earlier. And you can see what's that building, Amita, behind that dome, that scene. But should we come directly to politics?
No. So that's Shama Prasad Mukherjee Trust. So you never thought that would be our port trust. It would ever be named by under Shama Prasad Mukherjee.
Yes. So when I went to National Library this time, the Bhasha Bhavan has also been renamed Shama Prasad Mukherjee Library.
So you're happy to see.
Annex.
So you're happy to see that
yes.
bit of change that's happened.
Yes.
Amritaji, as an educationist, as Bengal Thinks.
If you ask me, for me, Ganges stands for business because that is what gave Calcutta its identity. And we go back into the pages of history, and whatever Calcutta is today is because of Ma Ganga. And we had the British coming here because of this particular river that we still hold so dear. And the fact that the river still flows and the industry is no longer there. That is the saddest part of history and the change that I'd rather not see.
O Ganga tui, O Ganga boicha keno.
Kind of.
So that pathos is coming through, Amrita. But that's true of the jute factories, isn't it? That
not only the jute factories. You look at all the broken down buildings that used to be the storehouses, the godowns. Right, so the godowns are all lying empty, and the bustling, all the business hubs. Of course, part of it is to be blamed because of the siltation of the riverbed. But there could have been a lot that could be done. Had business been bustling, had business been driven the way it ought to have. So
I'm going to request the other Basu to say that all is still well.
Well, I would say that once you're saying that what is the best part once we travel across, once you're there right down the bridge, you will have a different feeling. That's the feeling I want to take again when I'm here.
When you're here, so you want to go right under the bridge. So
exactly.
we're going to try and see.
That's a lovely feeling.
Yeah, that's the new bridge. And we've got the old bridge behind us, I think. Yeah. So we'll try and see if we can go under where the two bridges, and that's a different sensation altogether. But does this patch also encapsulate the change, old to the new Kolkata? Has it changed, Doc?
No, the lightings have definitely, I can see if you look around, you'll feel a sense of wow, what's there. But yes, changes are definitely there. You can see the lights, it's very nice. And of course, these Ganges cruise and all, this is good, this is new. Those who are coming to Kolkata, they will definitely have this feel.
They'll definitely have this feel. Now I have to tell you why I said there is another introduction to Dr. Basu here. He's also Dada's Dil Ka doctor. So Dada is apne dil mein, he is the Prince of Kolkata and is also favorite across the country, and he's somebody who he's been advising. Dada is hale and hearty? All good?
Yes, he's fine. He's fine.
All right. We deviated there, but we had to ask this question. Dipta Shajash, for you?
For me, is on the left side.
Huh.
That is the Navarna. That is
Navarna.
the political nerve center of Bengal.
Huh.
And one thing I realized again it today, the two sides, the potential that it has as a tourist spot or as a business center, that has not been utilized in 75 years. And unfortunately, no one is even trying to utilizing it. There are a lot of lands which is owned by Port Trust, but that has been kobja by others. And there is no cooperation between the state and the central. So no solution. And one more thing, below that bridge, there is Dakhineshwar. That is also one of my favorite spot.
Yeah.
And on the other side is the Belur Mott. That is also one of my favorite spot.
That's also your favorite spot. Lovely. So
20 years back it was Millennium Park.
Yeah.
For some other reason.
For some other reason.
Other reason 20 years back. But now it is.
Now it is this. So the Belur Mutt and Dakhineshwar there. So that's the old bridge. Looks so beautiful. If you like the drone shots, ladies and gentlemen, you got to thank the Port Trust for lighting up the bridges for this very, very special effort of the Citizens Manifesto. The team at News18 for lighting up the Ganges Queen along with the tech team of the Ganges Queen, and for lighting up the conversation, the panelists. Now that we'll leave it to the end of the conversation. But Sirmoy Piyokundu, for you?
I think, Anand, for a lot of us who've grown up in the city but we left for proverbially greener pastures, the Ganga is nostalgia, romance, if you take a lot of Hindi films of yesteryears, it was this river and the Noko ride, and, Rajesh Khanna, inebriated. This was really, that whole Babu culture, the Zamindari culture, the barges, on the river, the Nautch girls dancing. I think Kolkata is a city, which always, since the time I was born here, it reminds me of a woman. And this is the river where, when we have our Durga Puja, which is the biggest celebration of the Mother Goddess, the Kolabo Snan, the puja literally begins from here. Ganesha's wife is the Kolabo, a plantain leaf, small kind of tree, shrub, and it is bathed in the Ganges, and it is here that the mother is, immersed after 5 days of jubilant celebration. Having said that, like most of the panelists are encapsulating, there is a lot of, I think, regret that nothing was really done to this water body. It could have been developed as such a potent tourist attraction. You go to Melbourne, you go to a lot of other, cities where they have the trams on the water. So much is being done.
The rivers become the talking story.
Yeah, and
talking
also
point.
it's a revenue churner, not just talking. But I was just coming, to come from that side of the Ganga to your ferry or boat, and the gentleman who was, Chalachilo ferry, he just said, Didi, do you know what show you're going to speak on today? So I said, this is the show, Dada. So he said, at the end of the day, tell them that we were all, working in the factories. Shop chole gache. And now whoever is coming to, Lanka is becoming a Rabon. And all you people are doing is dressing up, coming for these shows, and we are making some money, but what is happening to our children? They are all wanting to leave the state and run away. So, along with romance and Dakhineshwar and, our heritage and our proud sort of feeling as Bangalis, there's also a guilt. We all left. There's also, that feeling that, is this state a state of bygones and nostalgia and chingari koi bhadke? That's it. But what is now? What is the now?
So what about now and next? That means the future. So let's bring it back to Abhijit and Amrita. The fact is, Bengal thinks is what you say, but this place was known for its intelligentsia, for its art, for its literature, and for driving national thinking across the alley. Across the ideological spectrum and political spectrum, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee to Narendranath or with Swami Vivekanand, Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Ramakrishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, spiritual gurus to leftist ideologues, big time, all of them came. Bengal was always steeped in Gyan or Where has that gone? The Bhadralok and the intelligentsia. Do they
Chances
still
are-
exist?
May I?
Yeah, please, sorry.
Chances are it went, along with the prosperity. In order to breed Renaissance men, the ones that you just named, you need a certain amount of prosperity. Without Dwarkanath Thakur, you couldn't possibly have had a Rabindranath Thakur. So, let's look at it that way. So, if I'm so worried about where my bread is going to come from, who's going to waste time, sitting with a pen and with a quill and paper? So that is one. Beyond that, maybe it's not that Bengali intelligentsia has died out. We still have great brains. Only we don't see them here anymore. You don't see them in Bengal anymore. We still have very great, thinkers and, people who are doing great work. But they are no longer celebrated here. You try and celebrate somebody who is not of a particular ideology or is not doing the, within quotes, correct line. That person is not going to be, he turns into a persona non grata. So, that being the situation, we have had to downplay our intellectual excellence for the past many decades.
No, but is that not going to hurt the ethos of Bengal and the ethos of Kolkata itself?
Absolutely.
Huh?
We can see it's hurting.
It's hurting.
It's absolutely hurting.
Your thoughts, Abhijit?
Yeah, Anand,
Srila Prabhupada is also a Bengali.
Yeah,
Huh?
he's also
So amazing.
Kappa,
So-
from Chaitanya Dev to
Yeah,
Srila.
yeah.
I am currently researching for a book on the events of 1946. And Anand, if there were some good things amid the nightmare of 46, if certain people here in Bengal did not strike back or stand up and be counted, this Ganga would have been in Bangladesh.
Would have been in Bangladesh,
In
yeah.
Bangladesh. And also I must say that the path that we are treading now, that Bengal is treading now, leads straight to Bangladesh and another partition. I'll give you very quickly some reasons. Bangladesh today is under a 100 billion USD debt. Bengal's debt is 6 lakh crore, which is 73 billion, not much. So per capita debt of people in Bengal must be higher than people in Bangladesh now, and Bangladesh's economy is in doldrums. One, the kind of attacks on Hindus, Hindu spirituality, etc., that Bangladesh, from Maiman Singh riot, breaking the Kali Mandirs to, in Noakhali, the attacks beginning on Kojagari Lakshmi Puja, to, now here, what is happening, the attacks on ISKCON, and Bangladesh, we have seen the same thing. Attacks on Durga Puja, ISKCON. In this Bengal, we are seeing the same things. Now, attack on Ramakrishna Mission. The other day in Jalpaiguri, there was an attack. There was an attack on Shani and Kali Mandirs. The Vigraha was this thing. There was so complete lawless. That is number 2. 3 is how women have borne the brunt of the worst kind of violence. And that has happened in Bangladesh again and again, waves of genocide, millions raped in the process. And from Noakhali we have now Sandesh Khali, we all know, what has been happening. It's all in court, so a few stings. And one last point is that, even the last point is that the endemic corruption that Bangladesh also suffers from. There I think Bengal beats it hands down. The kind of, earlier people used to say there is a Tagore song for every occasion. Now there is a scam for every occasion in Bengal. Whether it is cow to coal to Narada to Sharada to Rose Valley, everywhere. Take any aspect of life, there are allegations of serious scam.
So you are saying that a lot that's happening in Bangladesh is actually mirroring itself and manifest even in Bengal today, and that's a serious concern that you're drawing parallels, saying that, all right, now if this is happening, then there is another issue. because sociologically and ideologically also there are those who are mooting this whole idea of a greater Bangladesh where they see Kolkata as its capital and
Al Qaeda's blueprint.
Yeah, so there is a sociological angle to that also. But you are saying that civilizationally, culturally, we may have certain similarities, but these are not the right similarities to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm so glad Abhijit brought up the case of women and Sandesh Khali. You know, in the 2019 elections, Anand, out of 1,000 male voters, about 968 women were voting. And we had about over, I think, 7 lakh women had voted, right? So every party, if you see, they are just trying to, you know, like, how do I say, woo us and seduce us with very sort of gender positive and gender sensitive, you know, electoral campaigns, and, you know, they fielded, very popular women like, say, Rachana Banerjee, who's everybody's Didi on, television. I've been on her show as well. Now, the point is, you know, who takes responsibility for what happened to the women of Sandesh Khali? Nothing is being spoken. You know, these women who actually had the courage, the moral courage, and also risked their life, their livelihood to come on national television to speak to reporters of, you know, many channels, including yours, they are being blackmailed. You know, they are being said to have, you know, their views were doctored apparently. उन्होंने पैसे लेके ये बोला है. So my point is also, if you look at women in this state, I mean, so many women today, I mean, I run a community of single women, as you know, Anand, and most of the women, you know, they want to get out of Calcutta because they feel that say even job opportunities for urban middle class women, they're saying, you know, we are paying lakhs to private colleges, you know, like, say, many colleges here, they're mushrooming. Education is a business along with, healthcare in this state and many other states. But we are not getting any jobs. Even after paying, say, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs to a media college, for instance, right? We are not getting any jobs because यहाँ से कोई recruitment होता ही नहीं है. You know, we have to go to Delhi or we work here for, you know, 1 or 2 years. Then for the salary jump, we go. It's easier for us to stay, you know, outside Calcutta. You know, people, I mean, they are not so nosy. They are not so inquisitive. I mean, of course, every city has a badnaam. You know, Delhi is the rape capital and so on and so forth. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, I mean, it's one thing to, you know, have a Konnashri. It's one thing to, you know, give money to the poor women. But it's also something, let me tell you, the women who work in my home, they are disgusted with every party now. They are saying, हम लोग नहीं जाएंगे. We will take a day off. We will rest at home. And it's okay. Anyway, our votes are going to go to somebody else. It doesn't matter. You know, so I asked them, aren't you scared? You know, if the gundas, you know, they come and they said, no, it's okay. Somebody from them will go and give our vote. Now, it's okay. What difference does it make? Ek cycle milega, ek
so
kuch
you're saying
milega,
there is this voter apathy that is also coming up, which is, or stemming in, and it's there, it's manifest, which is also not healthy.
No.
Because if you don't, from a practical point of view, if you don't go and cast your franchise, you may not want to select, all of them may be bad, but you have to at least select the best out of the worst. Or you say, I select none of the above.
Yeah.
At least cast your franchise, you have cast the franchise.
Yeah.
Somebody else casting for you is, anyway, it's a fraud and it's a cheat of the mandate. But if it is manifest, that's a problem. It's a problem because if you're saying nobody is able to offer a solution or come up with a vision for the state. In healthcare, do you see the same problem? Do you see the fact that people come here looking, or they've stopped coming here? It's not attracting the kind of talent along with it being a vibrant industry.
Well, healthcare has always been a very, very important sector. I feel that a lot of hospitals, especially in the rural areas, should come up because it's still, Kolkata is the hub and a lot of patients are coming in. The referral centers, they refer to Kolkata. But the number of doctors is not that adequate to cater the number of patients you have from the rural side.
Let me ask you, Doc, are doctors or talent from across the country making this one towards beeline towards Kolkata? Do they want to come and work in Kolkata? Is it attractive to them?
Well, in city it's okay, but in the rural areas, definitely I think there needs a bit of development. And a number of doctors, medical colleges needs to grow up. But yes, I will definitely say that the COVID era was a very big challenging era and West Bengal government did good. But definitely for sure, because we've been working, there have been a lot of information flowing in at the right time. So I think West Bengal government did a good job. But yes, a lot needs to be done for sure.
No, let me ask you, do you agree with them, disagree with them, that there is a move of the intellectual Bengali out of Bengal rather than them continuing to breed here, brood here, and also develop, nurture the entire intelligentsia quotient here?
Yeah, I personally feel that, well, there has been a trend to go outside. But again, yes, we should work together, and this thing will come up, and we can bring them back. And why not? We still have a lot of potential in ourselves, and we love our Bengal, and we will do it.
No, once a Bengali, always a Bengali. There is no doubt about that. And you'll take Bengal with you, but will you come back to Bengal? Or are you already saying ki 12th khatam, graduation khatam, bahar niklo? And anywhere else across the country, not even abroad, bahar is Bengal se bahar niklo. Dipta Shujash, is that true? Is that something which is happening?
It is true. It is true. See, I, as a beside being an author, I work in a IT sector also. I work in a company, IT company. So, like, I have seen people who are from Kolkata. They are staying in Gurgaon or Bangalore. When I ask them that, would you like to come back to Kolkata because I have a responsibility to grow up the capability here? They tell me clearly that, sir, if I go back to Kolkata, then my opportunities are very less. You see, you talk about healthcare. You go to Bangalore or in Vellore, majority of the patients are there from West Bengal only. You talk about education sector. These days it is not even graduation. People, their parents, they plan that once that class 12 is over, I will send out my child to Bangalore or Pune or Delhi or anywhere else.
ये 12 के बाद Bahar used to be in Bihar. It was a reality in Bihar because I studied in Tatanagar, in Jamshedpur I studied, and there till 12th standard it was CBSE, ISC education, good schools. 12th standard out.
The same
It's
same
Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai.
You see, 20% of
Pune,
the seat,
yeah.
Just few days back, 20% of the seat in Calcutta University is not filled up. There are no students because the cream of the student, they are going outside.
Is that something? We got some youngsters here. I just want to know. Do you guys want to say something? Anybody? Right at the center there? Okay, the mic is behind you. You just pass it on to. Yeah.
Hello. Actually, sir, you said that you are from IT sector, right? So I just used to say something about IT sector, that I am from Jadavpur University, Department of Food Technology and Biochemical Engineering. So I just add up something that in the last 2 months ago, there was Mother Dairy who came in Bengal, and they are supposed to invest 500 crores, and there is an opportunity of 400 employees, right, sir? And again, sir, there is three companies like Sasken Technologies and IT Hub, and Zuru Tech, Auckland-based company is there in Kolkata, Newtown. And again, sir, Infosys new campus came with 10k employees capacity. So, sir, you said there is no opportunity after 12, but we are doing the engineering here in Jadavpur University, along with there is Calcutta, Kochbihar is there in the northern side, Jalpaiguri, and UIT Bardhaman is there, and in the Jungle Mall area there is Purulia common engineer. So I must say that, sir, there is lots of engineering colleges is to grown up in the urban areas, as well as the lots of universities. Like you have heard that Raiganj University is now growing up in a large number of courses. Again, the North Bengal universities.
You've given information. You're
yes,
saying
sir,
that it's not that there is not opportunity. There is opportunity.
Yes,
that's what you're trying to say.
I'm saying that there is the opportunity.
There is opportunity.
When you
Yes,
said
sir.
capacity,
Yes,
okay, we need to look at that how much capacity is being utilized. See, I am tell you, this is a like normal routine in West Bengal. Before every Lok Sabha election or every Vidhan assembly election, you will hear that Infosys is coming, ITC is coming, Wipro is coming. Now I will tell you that for every IT company, the very basic thing they ask is SEZ, Special Economic Zone. because they get some tax benefits, and because due to their tax benefits, India is now a offshore hub for the IT companies, because we can deliver it in cheaper cost than US or Europe.
Yeah, as a service.
Now,
please sit down. Please sit
now,
down. It's okay.
now the CM of this state, he is saying ideologically I am against SEZ. I won't give SEZ because SEZ does not prevent the rights of the worker. Okay. Then what rights you are preventing when these jute mills are getting closed? You see, you are asking the question that what happened to the intellectualism in West Bengal.
Right.
After independence, 58,000 factories has been closed down in West Bengal. And that was, I will tell it very frankly, it was on the behest of China. Because China, they were planning the industrial revolution at that time. So, they utilized the left party here to destroy the industry and to take us back 70 years. We are actually 70 years back. Actually, you see all these bridges that you are seeing, metro rail you are seeing, how much percentage is being invested by the state government. You are saying Kanyastree is a success. If Kanyastree is a success, then how come you are number one in minor marriage?
Minor marriages.
Minor marriages. Girl childs are getting married within class 10th. Even they are getting pregnant also, they are being mother also. That is the situation.
See,
now both are contradictory.
Is that a normal? Because if there are companies coming and creating jobs, 10,000 jobs for a 10 crore workforce or 1 crore workforce, then the numbers are something which we have a serious issue with. Is there a trend that there is a reversal of this trend? What I'm asking you is there a reversal of this trend? What is directing the yes, Amrita wanted to say. Yeah. And then we'll take a break and then we come back with more. Yeah.
Of course, you would have companies coming to you for your recruitment. When you get recruited and you get your basic training, you would realize that you are reporting to somebody who's not from your state. So what happened to all the guys who got placed before you? Are they being retained or are they opting to move out of the city? Why is it that they are having to get heads from other parts of the country? That's one part of looking at it. The other part of looking at it, the fact that people are still happy with the 100 days work and their Kanyastree, is that skill building, which is the thrust area for the rest of India, has never been the thrust area for Bengal. I would not blame the last 14 years. I will blame, the rule, the past
4 decades, 4.5 decades.
Four and a half
decades. So this is beyond politics. It's a systemic, administrative, endemic issue with the fact that you did not build a culture, a skill building culture. You did not have a skill building culture and nurturing education, nurturing knowledge. Now they may espouse whatever political ideology. That's not the aspect was all streams of knowledge.
The fabric is
lost. All hubs. It was a hub it was a thinking hub. It was a thought hub. Now, is it a thought hub today?
Actually, two short points. One is to respected doctor. Actually, my brother is a very cousin, my mama's son, very brilliant doctor from Manipal. And because my mama is aging like many of us, with elderly parents, he came back here. He got a job, he was also doing his DMB, right, if I'm getting the nomenclature correct, at a large private hospital. And 3 or 4 times, if you recall these instances, the doctors were gherraud. He's an anesthetist. They were gherraud and his seniors were mercilessly beaten up and one doctor died. Within a year, this cousin of mine, though, my mami are totally dependent on him, he flies down at the drop of a hat because, they have medical emergencies. He's got a 99-year-old or maybe a 100-year-old grandmother. He left, he went and worked in Bombay. From there, he was handpicked for Medanta. And he never wanted to work in a private hospital after what he went through in Calcutta. He said, I'm happy working in KEM in Mumbai. But then Naresh Trehan's team from Delhi literally wooed him because he's a brain. That's the first thing. There is the work culture here which youngsters who are educated outside the state, even if they are coming back, Anand, it's not a very healthy work culture. Politics, this kind of rampant gundagiri. That's one. Second thing, one of the panelists mentioned about ki 12 ke baad hi now people are making a beeline for other like Ashoka or other states. Now, for instance, I studied in Jadavpur University. I'm a very proud alumnus. I'm a first class first in my history department, and I have a very strong bond with the alumnus. We are thoroughly ashamed of how things were handled when an innocent boy, was literally bullied, teased, and he jumped to his death. The university, which is considered to be a deemed university, back in the time, I'm from Loreto. Being from a convent, always I wanted to go to Jadavpur University. Let's also put this on the table, Anand. This was the hotbed of student politics and student leaders. And now it has become just a hotbed of hooliganism. There is, sort of rioteering happening in the colleges. This kind of, the saffron brigade has percolated the colleges. There is no vice chancellor. The teachers are harrowed. There's a lot of politics which is happening. So, see, everything, if you are planting the seed of lawlessness, corruption, a kind of apathy, and see, how long are you going to ride on this Bengal intelligentsia, Bengal nostalgia? It's become a cultural concubine, But beyond that, I remember on another TV panel, one of the panelists said that Bengalis love intellectual masturbation. They will criticize their own state, their own people, but they will not go back and try to change anything. We love criticizing,
Right. So love criticizing, love talking about it, not do much about it. We'll carry forward this conversation after a very, very short break here on the Citizens Manifesto. Stay with us. Back on the Citizens Manifesto, so there is a drain out. There are people moving out of Bengal, not lots coming into Bengal. There is still some effort that's happening, but can a lot more be done? Now let's bring it back and towards the back half on the elections. How have the Bengal elections been this time around? Have they been less violent? One. Two, have political parties who have come and candidates who have come to woo the voter, have they come with a clearer plan? Who do you think has a roadmap? Or is it all the same grouping altogether, and irrespective of which button you press, it's going to remain the same? Now, what are your thoughts and where do you stay? Diptasha, let's start with you. Yeah.
This time election in West Bengal, frankly speaking, first time I am seeing so much silent election in West Bengal.
Silent election.
Silent election. I have never seen this in my lifetime in West Bengal. Okay. And
so is it silent? Is it thanda? Is it in the sense bordering on disinterest? Or is it like this time around the voter or somewhere the strategy seems to be, let's not speak out. Let's just keep our cards close to our chest.
It may be. It may be.
Okay, the latter.
It may be. It may be. But I am not an analyst, so I cannot say. But I have seen it that people are very silent and they are very tight-lipped about their choice. Otherwise, Bengal is a place where everybody likes to do a political
there is a political assertion and very proudly at that. Very proudly at that.
That's why that's how the chai dukan thrives here. But this time it is very much missing. I can see. The overall election till now it is peaceful, I will say. Comparing to the last like 2021 or 2019 or the recent panchayat election, it is very peaceful. On the manifesto part, I will say that from TMC's manifesto, I didn't see anything other than Lakshmi Bhandar. Now that is a thing already they are giving. What new we are going to get if TMC, and we even don't know if TMC gets, say for example, get all the 42 seats. Will they be in the government? That is also not clear. On the other hand, I see that BJP, they are much more clear because of their national manifesto. And
the BJP's clarity, you're saying national manifesto, but BJP locally is Trinamool only, no?
No. How?
Ex-Trinamool.
No.
BJP locally is ex-Trinamool.
No, you see, Dilip Ghosh is not ex-Trinamool.
But Dilip
Sukanta
Ghosh is not...
Majumdar is not ex-Trinamool.
Okay.
And you don't have any bigger leader than Dilip Ghosh. So it is a trio now. Dilip Ghosh,
So
Sukanta and Suvendu.
last time also Bengal from the BJP was a trio and we saw what happened.
So see,
Teen
it
tigada,
can
kaam bigada
happen.
bolte.
Politics is not always 2 plus 2 is 4, right? Politics,
Yeah.
most
So
of the
the
time
same way it is not 3
2
plus
plus
3 is
2
9.
is, most of the
One,
time
two-
politics is 2 plus 2 is 0.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes 5.
Yeah,
and
the
when
auto
it
rickshaw
becomes
on 3
5,
wheels is considered to be the most unstable of vehicles.
so
I'm
see-
just pushing you a bit here, saying in terms of political discourse, is there clarity? And would you agree with this whole aspect that the erstwhile left, if you were to look at the pockets of Lok Sabha distribution, and we've done it as an exercise, and it was very interesting that 2014, 2009, 2014, what were left bastions, predominantly red colored, in 2019 became BJP bastions or BJP seats. So it would look like the left vote moved en masse all the way right to the BJP. Now, is that true? So if the
No,
left
it
has
is
moved to
not
the
true.
BJP,
See,
then what's new?
it is not true. See, left has almost 20 more than 20% vote in minority community also. Do you think that 20% of minority community vote transferred to BJP? If that has happened, then they would not have
They either
won in
moved Trinamool. They
2021.
either moved Trinamool, stayed where they are.
No, you see,
if
it's
you
like
believe they don't vote for the BJP,
I will tell you,
And
I
as
will
far as
tell you.
the non-Muslim vote is concerned,
I will
That
tell you.
also moved.
I will tell you 2 types of vote actually came to BJP's fold after 2016. One is the Hindu vote, especially the refugee colony belt, which was earlier left dominated. So they came when they came from Bangladesh or East Pakistan, for 2-3 generations they have to struggle for their survival. Now they are stabilized. So now they want to return it back what they have their earlier generation has faced. So that vote came, and then TMC has a vote of the nationalist Hindus, which was with Congress before 1998, before TMC came up, and then
Right.
gradually it went to TMC. That vote also came to BJP in 2019.
So are you saying that the vote pattern in Bengal now is slowly getting polarized on religious lines?
It was Bengal,
because there will be those who will vote.
Bengal was always a very polarized state. A state which
But wasn't it
suffered-
polarized ideologically between left and the Trinamool or left and the Congress rather than religiously polarized?
It was very cleverly hidden. Bengal was always a religiously polarized state.
But
The
cleverly
state which
hidden.
has
You're saying it is
not as
cloaked.
openly
Abhijit,
as now.
Abhijit,
Not
yeah.
as open as now.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
as
Speak on the
the
mic. please, yeah.
polarization
Speak,
has-
speak up on the mic.
The polarization was always there. If you just have a cursory glimpse of history, it's a history of insane polarization. But, it was not so naked, so much in the open as it is now. Because both dominant parties are openly using, are speaking to their vote banks, so as to say. But Anand, about the left vote, left also has had a substantial Muslim vote, which went away from it and which resulted in, which was one of the big factors in the fall of the left.
In the fall
Now
of it.
there are reports. Now again, this is such a silent election. There are reports that at least a part of that Muslim vote is coming back to the left.
So there is a bit of a resurgence of the left in terms of the left ideology in
Not-
Bengal. Is it
not-
happening
not
slowly?
Can't
gradually?
call it resurgence, but some glimmer of revival.
Some revival.
Yeah.
Now, we are hearing the Dhak and also the Aarti that's happening at Dakshineshwar even as we speak at this point. But Amrita, let me ask you this. We're talking intellectually, where is the discourse politically in Bengal this time around? Is it purely on a religious binary that it's happening? Or is there more to it? Is
I
there
would-
some ideological clarity
Yes,
or not?
I would beg to differ.
Huh.
Historically, the Bengalis, they would, at least out in the open, profess to not be polarized along religious lines.
Religious line. Okay.
That has always been the historical, the stance. Which is why the left has been ruling on so-called secular lines for so long.
Nearly 4 decades, yeah.
Yes, yes. And the only way that the left kept Bengal together. And the reason why we see such a lot of polarization today is that they very, very cleverly played that secular card, saying that we are atheists, we don't have any religion, we will do Kali Pujo and we will also go for our iftars and everything. And that kept them going for that many decades. Now what has happened is, now that the left has, quite obviously lost its sway over the people, the polarization and all the lower, the waves that were not, as yet coming to the fore, they are not now being, playing out in their full sway. So whatever you're calling polarization now was, some of them said, very cleverly played undercover.
So it was camouflaged.
It was camouflaged, and because of that particular ideology. Now that that ideology is, no longer in sway, we see the polarization which was already there.
So it's manifest now. It was camouflaged then, but
Yes.
it always existed. That's what, Abhijit? Yeah.
I'm saying during, what left had successfully done
Huh.
is that left became the claimant of the Bengali identity.
Huh.
For nearly 4-5 decades,
Huh.
left became the claimant of the Bengali identity. So under that, the whole Hindu and Muslim identities were somehow flowing under that bridge. They kept it under that bridge. But right now, the two dominant parties, TMC and the BJP, none of them are actually rightful claimants of the Bengali identity. I mean, if Trinamool can have a Bangla Pokho and all that, whatever, but if you are changing Akashi to Asmani in your textbooks and all that, you are not a claimant to, any kind of Bengali identity. BJP has had this whole thing of being a non-Bengali party. It is slowly shedding that sort of, that label. It has become, in many ways, the voice of Bengali Hindus, but it is still not that whole collective, syncretic Bengali identity. I don't think there is
Representing
any
it.
claimant now, which is why the politics of polarization becomes so sort of in your face.
In your face, because there is no ideological claimant to Bengali culture or syncretic Bengali culture which
Right.
is there right now, and that's why the polarization is manifest. Sirumai Piyakundu and then Devtasya.
One fact. I'll just tell you one fact. In 1991, remember the year 1991, and we all know why 1991 is important in
Yeah.
Indian political history. BJP's vote share suddenly went up to 17% in West Bengal. Okay. So actually the difference before 2018 and after 2018 is, before 2018, even if when Morijjapi has happened, Bengali Hindus did not have any political options. Now they have an option, and they are very clearly choosing it in many areas.
Right. Now, they may be choosing it right now because they see it as an option, but Abhijit's point of view is that BJP in Bengal is still not syncretically or aligned itself totally, molded itself into representing Bengali culture, Bengali Hindu culture. Has it done so far? That's we got to, that argument remains. Yes, Sirumai Piyakundu and then
Anand,
Basu.
I'm taking a step away from, the hot political thing, and I'm just asking a question to the audience and to you and your channel and everybody watching. What is Bengali culture now? Is there anything called Bengali culture? Because, at the end of the day, when we have weddings now, people are doing mehendi and cocktail. In our discos, we are playing like, not Tumpa Shona, but we are playing like, Punjabi music and Diljit Dosanjh and all of that. We are watching films of most languages, even in multiplexes. They are releasing. I saw two brilliant Malayalam films in, plush multiplex in South Kolkata. And, today if you see, everybody is doing everything. I am wearing sharara after Hira Mandi. Because everybody wants to do that whole Begum thing. Everybody is doing the Oshona, the Bengali Genda full dance. Thanks to influencers, Instagram, the social media world, I think culture has become a, melting pot. And I think what is happening, Anand, is the Bengali, we are now forced to not be the Kupamunduk. We have been forced to leave the state. We have been forced to, report to just for the lack of a better word, non-Bengali bosses, we have, sold our houses to so-called Punjabi promoters and Mero promoters and, taken the money, sold our anti-Kalmaras. This is the reality of the Bengali. My point is fight an election on rights, fight an election on jobs, fight an election on making this river once again a hotbed of commerce, tourism, filming. Fight election on these, muddas which actually affect my life. I will still go and have my, Zishan beef roll. I will still go and, dance in Tantra till 4 o'clock. I will wear my backless dress. All that is fine. But Naukri though. Otherwise, every time we are having these, big business meets, every channel is showing all the big, the heavyweights are coming. And then, when I go to teach in journalism colleges, people are depressed. They are sad. Yahan pe ma'am naukri nahi hai. We have, people have come from Krishnanagar, people have come from the Zillas to Calcutta, not just for medical tourism, but even for education. But till we can give the youth something to look forward to, give us, business icons of Calcutta. Why do we say Bangali babsha korte pare na? I do my status single meets in cafes. So many Bengali women are becoming entrepreneurs, first generation entrepreneurs. They are doing sari business. They are reviving the old house. They are giving it for rent on a cafe. Let's base the, the forward-looking agenda of Bengal on what is to look forward to, not just empty promises.
Very well said, but this whole aspect of entrepreneurial and enterprise and bringing that culture also means that we have to step away from the secure sarkari naukri conversation to be able to setting up our own entrepreneurship and taking risks. We need to have a risk appetite. That risk appetite is not there across the country. Everywhere the logic tends to be naukri, and that to a secure one, which is the most secure naukri for me. Let me get a hook on that. And traditionally and culturally, it's become the sarkari naukri, which is the traditional naukri. There has never been an environment that's been created saying which encourages you A, to take risk, B, to become an entrepreneur, C, to start creating wealth and creating jobs. So it's a huge change that we as a nation need to have.
Yeah.
Dr. Basu, we got to wind up. So final words from you. Where do you think?
It has been a silent election so far. And as a Bengali, and I want that it to be a less violent election, and no more bloodsheds. And of course, people should, as Miss Kundu said, that people should be voting for their rights, for their demands. And in Bengal, definitely there is an emotion which works. It's where you worship Ma Durga, and at the same time, woman is getting. So this should be stopped. I think as a citizen, I need to say that we should have the best which will be coming, which somehow has been out-focused. So I think this should be our...
Yeah, go out and vote. Cast your ballot, and Bengal has returned good numbers. The urban pockets, no. And that's why Kolkata needs to show the mirror to the likes of Mumbai, to the likes of Delhi, to the likes of Chennai, and say we can do it much better here in Kolkata. So go Kolkata, do that, make Kolkata great again. I think that's top of the manifesto agenda of the citizens here. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.